Hey guys, what's up? It's Vampire Bride. New year, but same content on this channel, except for a bit more Mach 1 videos. Today I am doing my 2019 collection update video, where I share a bit about the games that I collected in 2019. I hope you guys enjoy the video. So in 2019, I collected a total of 67 games, which I'm going to put a little B-roll of and talk a little bit about a few. Here I have Tomb Raider Chronicle, which completes my collection of PlayStation 1 Tomb Raider games. I now have all 5. I got Snoopy's Grand Adventure. This one has a bit of a story because the first time I found it when I got up to the desk, they didn't actually have the disc for it. So I had to search a little longer to get this one. Adventure Time is actually a pretty good game considering it's a game derived from a TV show. I got it super cheap at Walmart along with Rodeo the Sky Soldier and Legend of Kai. PS4, A Girl and Her Robot. I just had to have this game when I saw the cover. I thought it was a really cool art style. I did a little mini review on it on my Instagram if you want to check that out. I have enjoyed this game so far. Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. I simply got this because I've wanted a Guitar Hero game forever and it was fairly cheap, came with the guitar, had to jump on that. Scooby-Doo First Frights. So when I was a kid, we had only a Wii, and it is GameCube compatible. So my dad meant to buy the GameCube version of Scooby-Doo First Frights, but accidentally ordered the PlayStation 2 version and just never sent it back. So here, years later, I found it in the garage, so went ahead and pulled it out and put it with the rest of the games, since it's never even actually been used. And then I have this little bundle of PlayStation 2 games that someone gave us because they were just done with them, weren't using them anymore. So instead of throwing them out, they gave them to us. Okay, so now I picked 5 games that I pulled out of the 67 that I got this year to kind of talk a little bit more about. The first of the 5 games I have is Mini Ninjas. I really like this game. I've almost finished it, so the gameplay you're seeing is from well towards the end of the game. The rest of the game is much easier. There are a few parts that are challenging, but not overly so. Like just enough to get you thinking, but here at the end it suddenly got difficult. Each of the enemies, besides the bosses, that you fight throughout the game appear mini in bulk. Add in a bit of a maze and confined spaces due to the surrounding fire, and you have quite a little challenge. Most of the rest of the game is actually fairly easy. You get special powers along the way, but I didn't find the need to use them much. I forgot about them most of the game or just didn't care that they were there. You find the other ninjas along the way that have been captured, and then get to use their special abilities throughout the rest of the game. But again, I didn't find myself utilizing these much as there was just no need. The sound effects at times were a little frustrating. For example, when you are low on health, it makes this noise repeatedly until you find more health. Most of the time you can find health in the form of potions or berry bushes and fruit trees easily and get health back quickly though. This game was really fun, running through the camps, fighting samurai and ninjas, but there were a couple of spots in the game that I just wanted over and done with. One spot in particular, you have to ski down a large area while being chased by an avalanche, and it isn't plain where you're supposed to go, and at times you can barely even see where the path is. But other than these few instances, I really enjoyed this game, and would highly recommend it. Here we have SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. We got it on the GameCube and on the PlayStation 2 version this year. The GameCube version is what is being shown. And Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated will be coming out at the very end of this year. You can switch between different characters, between SpongeBob and Patrick and even Sandy. And they have their own special moves, so at times you have to be a certain character to be able to get through the level. You find a bus stop which are placed throughout and switch your character. Patrick throws things, SpongeBob has a bubble helmet that allows him to jump up into buttons, and Sandy can travel further distances with her lasso. You run into other characters throughout that you can talk with, and then they usually send you on your next mission. It's a platformer, so there are lots of opportunities to fall to your death. You fight robots along the way. If you get hit or touch water or run into other environmental hazards such as spikes or flames, you lose a pair of underwear, which you can also find hidden throughout the levels, as well as dirty socks and golden spatulas. It's a pretty fun little game, and I can't wait to see what they do with the rehydrated version. Alright, now we have SpiderMan on the PlayStation 4. This game is definitely one of the best games I've played this year, from a great story to nearly perfect combat. Swinging from building to building across the city feels flawless. There is a fast travel mechanic, but traveling normally is so much fun that it literally isn't needed. There is so much to do in this game, from helping the research station, chasing pigeons, and of course the main story and some side missions. There are times that you have to play as Mary Jane and you have to sneak around and try and not get caught. I don't care for those parts much, but there's not much else to complain about in the game. It keeps you hooked, makes you want to keep playing and not want to put it down. My PlayStation 4 stopped working properly in the middle of a playthrough, which of course was the perfect excuse to get a new PlayStation 4 Pro, because there was no not finishing this game. It's just that good. Next we have Punch-Out! A lot of the game is derived from the SNES version, including most of the characters and bits about how they act and move. Each character is extremely animated, following their character traits, and they all have a tail, something to do every time before they punch. Some of the characters take more damage when punched in the stomach, and others when punched in the face. So you have to quickly learn each player's moves and tails to be able to beat that character. Marks and bruises show up on your opponent's head and stomach as you deal damage. You can regain some health by quickly alternating, pressing the 1 and 2 button over and over. You play as Little Mac. There are 3 championships through the game: Minor, Major, and World Circuit. Once these are beaten, you have to defend your title in title defense mode. You can play with the Wiimote motion controls with a nunchuck, or even with a Wii balance board. Playing with the motion controls is fun, but it isn't as accurate, so I prefer to play with just the Wiimote, using its buttons. You can earn star punches, which are actually just uppercuts, and they deal extra damage, which is really great to use as a finishing move, especially if you can get all 3 stars. I have thoroughly enjoyed this game so far, and again would highly recommend it. I also got a Little Mac amiibo, along with 2 Legend of Zelda amiibos, a Link and a Zelda, and 2 Yoshi amiibos, a Woolly Yoshi and a regular one. And the last game for this video that we have is Resident Evil 2 Remake on the PC. I don't want to say too much about this game here, as I plan on doing a full review of it in a future video. But Resident Evil 2 was a big game this year, so I did want to mention it as one of my 5 games picked out that we got this year, even though the remake wasn't actually a physical copy. I tried pulling games from different systems as well as different kinds of games, newer ones and slightly older ones, to give a bit of variety. We also got the original on GameCube and played the original on an emulator using my Mini Ninja build. This shows the specs results that we got from playing the game. As you can see, it was played quite a bit. It's a fun game, finding keys to get around and shooting zombies as you go, even if they are bullet sponges, but that's a topic for another day. And of course, there are 4 parts like the original, with Claire and Leon A and B scenarios. Now I can't wait to see what they do with Resident Evil 3 Remake coming out this year. I also ended up getting 3 collector's edition games. I got Forza Motorsports 4 with the Collector's Edition Steelbook and Art Book. Shadow of the Tomb Raider Steelbook along with the game and 3 cards for the Xbox One. Also for the Xbox 360, I got the Mass Effect 2 Collector's Edition Steelbook. We already had the Mass Effect 3 Collector's Edition, so it was cool to add Mass Effect 2 to that list. It comes with the Steelbook with the game and the art book. Well, that's it for this year's collection video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button if you liked the video, and of course, subscribe for more videos to come.